mixture of golden beaches and cultural gems, the colourful island of Penang is the next stop in my travels through Malaysia. Penang is a melting pot of cultures best known for its scrumptious street food, soulful street art, and tranquil temples and places of worship. For nature lovers, a trip to Penang is not complete without a visit to the Tropical Spice Garden, a stunning garden that showcases the rich and diverse flora of the region. Visitors can explore the various trails and pathways, admiring different plants and learning about their uses and cultural significance. Catherine, you've been here at the Spice Garden for 20 years. You're the owner here.
Yes.
Not a bad place to work.
Yeah, not bad at all, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this place. Why is it called Spice Garden?
Yeah, well, I guess it was really us trying to tell the history of Penang, that whole story, through the lens of the spice trade around this area of the world, you know.
Yes.
So it's a forgotten history that we wanted to bring forward.
It's a really special place.
Yeah.
When you come here, what do we see?
Yeah, well, so we're spread over 5 acres, so people can get lost through the walking trails, and it was designed that way. You feel like you're cocooned by nature, but in the jungle, you know.
Yes.
So that was very intentional. Being a sanctuary to protect all the wildlife that freely roam in and out the gardens. And over time, it's also been a space of community. I think post-COVID, that's really been my heart, is to develop a space for community to come, to do gardening, to do cooking, to do yoga and wellness retreats, so all sorts of things for the family and just bringing them out in nature. So I think that's been a real important drive for us recently.
And how many species of trees are here?
Yeah, that's actually very hard to measure, but from the onset, we've always said we've got 500 exotic species of plants, flora, fauna, herbs and spices, so it's quite diverse. That's when we first started. But of course, things have died. We've also planted new things, but generally I use that as a guideline, about 500 species. To just present you our little book, it's our 10-year anniversary. We got that published, so it tells the story of the gardens and some of the key species here and the animals as well.
I really love this place, so I'm happy to sit on the aeroplane home and have a really good read. Tropical Spice Garden is a great place to visit if you want to disconnect from the fast-paced world. It's also an absolutely stunning location to cook up a local favourite. One of the top 5 dishes that you must try when you come to Penang is an oyster omelette. It is certainly not like your traditional omelette. This has a combination of batter, fried oysters and eggs. And I tried it the other day at one of the markets and it was so delicious. So this is sweet potato flour. You can use a potato flour if you like, or even tapioca flour. I'm also going to add just a hint of corn flour, about a teaspoon. Mix that in. You could also use rice flour for this. And we want about 80 mils of water. We're looking for a thin batter, so I think crepe batter, even a little thinner than crepe batter. So we want to keep adding the water, and every flour is going to be different. So you want to just keep adding some more and have some extra water on standby. Keep whisking that. And you can see that I'm bringing it in from the sides and the centre because I don't want any lumps to this. I'm just going to show you the consistency. See how that's very runny? That's what we're after. If it's too thick, then it'll be gluey. Okay, I've been preheating my pan. Good idea to use a large non-stick pan for this so it doesn't stick too much. A good glug of oil, and then we can add the batter. Now, when I was watching how this is made, they don't add the batter all at once. You want to add a little bit of the batter, swirl it around, and you want to allow that to set. And you can see the sides going crispy here. That's what we're after. You can see that this is a sign of a good batter. Once that sets, and there's no runny parts, we can add some more batter to the pan. Around the sides, into the oil. And you just want that to sit there for a moment, just so we get that crispy base. That is the key, because texturing this omelette is what it's all about. Okay, while that's happening, let's prepare our eggs. In another bowl, I'll add 3 eggs. We'll break them straight in. 1, 2, and 3. And even though it's eggs, all the locals here tell me this is not something that you would eat in Penang for breakfast. It's a lunch or dinner meal. Give that a really good whisk and season with some light soy sauce. Just a little splash. We'll add some more later on too. Right. Okay, see how this is just curling up? Let's have a look at the other side. Ooh. That's the sound we're after. It's crispy. And now we can get in there with 2 wooden spoons and then break it up. So there's going to be little bits of this crepe in the omelette. And then you just want to put them all in one layer again. Now we can add the egg, pour that in and around the crepe. And we're just going to slowly bring in the sides and start to cook the egg. Now we don't want it to be a wet omelette, so we just want to fold it on top of each other and cook it completely through. Now what I'm going to do is just bring all of this mixture to one side as it continues to cook. I like to add another splash of oil just to one side and then in with our oysters. They've been shucked and we're going to cook them. Usually, I'm not a big fan of cooked oysters, but because this is mixed in with the omelette and then the sauce, it works really nicely together. We can add the sauce now, which is a combination of more light soy sauce, good splash in there, some fish sauce, again, not too much, just going to season it, some white pepper, little sprinkle, some chilli, and then some garlic chives, cutting into 2 to 3 centimetre battens. And I like to add them now, just so they wilt. And then get your 2 wooden spoons again and mix it all together. And that's it, we can plate it up. So, large plate, pour that in the centre. Ooh, look at that. Top it up, nice bright plate. I like to add a little extra chilli. So some chilli condiment on the side. And that's how I've recreated the very famous oyster omelette from right here in Penang. If you come to Malaysia, this is a must try.